So let's get down to business right away. First things first. Yes, I've tried every single car on Nordschleife. One lap with every single car. So you do the math how much time it took. So this is like a personal preference. This is not based on all on facts or something what the tier list. And I made all these stats as well on this page. It's in the description below and you can check it out, like handling, cost the fuel and time. But time isn't that relevant because like it's just like over 6 minutes, so it can vary. But overall you can see the big picture. And huge shout out to GT Engine and Mikhail Hezal for providing the BOP stats. Update the 1.43. I do have to admit that majority of the cars I tested before the update, but the overall picture still stays the same basically. So I don't think it makes that much difference. But I did test a few more cars like Genesis and GTR and Lexus and stuff like that that actually had like a bigger impact. So let's get into it. First car, Lil Alpha. I think it's viable actually on some tracks, but a lot of cars are viable on some tracks, right? But it's not boring, it's not meh, it's not C tier, it's I like the car. It's going here. It's not the fastest, but still. I think I'm gonna change this one actually. Yeah, that's better. Not all are boring, some are like just, yeah, meh. Aston Martin. It's the Vantage. This, it's also mid or meh. It's not bad. It's not viable most of the time either, so let's go here. DBR9, Aston Martin. This is also like, I don't think it's viable most of the time. And it's not that bad either. It's just, yeah, let's put it here. So, next one, the Audi R8. There are two different kinds, right? It doesn't actually matter, so, right? It doesn't actually matter which one is which. Because they're both ass. They're like, one's actually mid handling, other is really bad. The R8 LMS, the older one, really bad. Wants to kill you every single corner. So I'm not gonna put them to Pupu tier. I'm gonna put them to C tier, both. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Next one is the M311, year 11. Oh, that's C tier also. Because there's two other BMWs that are actually like viable, and that now we're getting there actually. They're both actually the same cars. One sprint model, one is endurance model, but they actually are the same car basically, and the stats are the same. So it's just like a visible difference, and that's a tiny difference. But I'm gonna put them both to A tier. They're actually both viable. This thing here. Yep. So, and then there's this thing, Z4. That's ass. That's just ass. Corvette C7. I don't. So it got a little buff, but I still don't think it's like viable most of the time. Only in like maybe on right hands, but so I it's not boring either. It is kind of meh actually. I like the car. I like how it looks. I like how it sounds. But it goes here. I wouldn't use it most of the time. Now we have. Let's take these all three Fords. The GT. So first one, let's take this. This is I can't put it in boring or meh. It looks really good. I like how all of these 4 GTs look, but it's bad. I'm like comparing them to the other 4s as well. This is bad. This is like C tier. Next one we're gonna take the. This is the Spec 2 test car. Black one. This again, like, it's not boring or meh. It is meh, but it's not boring. But it's not viable either most of the time, because it's just a tiny bit slower. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm gonna put it to viable, and I'm gonna put. No, then we're gonna do this. We're gonna put this here. Meh. It's good looking meh. Yeah. And this one we're gonna put to viable. This is the GT race car, Spec 2 race car. They're different cars. But this is most of the time if it's like, depends on a track, like most of the cars, but this is actually a viable choice. Viper, I love how it looks. I've always loved Vipers, but it's not boring. It's not, like, I think it goes here. It's not very good. It's not a good car, like, to drive. It does want to murder you as well. Now, Ferrari Italia. This is I can't put. This is meh. Yeah, it's bad handling. I don't like how it handles. It's itchy and sketchy and slidey and oversteery, and I'm gonna put it to here actually. Yep. Ford Mustang. That's just boring. I'm not calling it bad either. It's good at handling, but it's boring. Now this is interesting. The Genesis X. This was one of the top cars, right? S tier basically. But it was like a dangerous car to drive. It wants to kill you every corner basically. But now it got a nerf, and it's I think it's still viable. But it's not the S tier anymore. Boom. I love the change as well, so. Honda NSX Group 3. This is also viable. I wouldn't put it to S tier. Not too many cars are in S tier actually. That's like a top thing. I'm not sure. I might change my mind in the middle of doing this in progress. Let's put it here. Viable. This is. It handles really good, but it's really slow. The Hyundai. This is just. It's just slow. This is here. It's not even boring. Jaguar F-Type. Just. I like how it looks. Drives. Let's see. Jaguar F-Type here. Me driving. Tires are good. Top speed decent. Times decent. I think it's actually viable now. Let's put it viable. Yeah. Make it interesting. Oh, now 2 exactly the same cars, but only the difference is the looks. Mazda RX Vision. These are going viable. Now Mazda Tenza. This is a really good handling car. It actually did a nice lap as well on Nordschleife. But it's like, I wouldn't pick this one over, if I have to pick a Mazda, right? I wouldn't pick the Tenza. I would pick the RX Vision. So this is going here. This is not an interesting car. Now AMG. This is the 2020 version. This is viable. I'm not putting it to S tier, but I might change my mind. Maybe we don't even have a car in S tier. I think we're gonna put it to S tier. First car in S tier. No. Let's not. Let's not change our minds for something that doesn't exist. Lamborghini. I like how it looks, but it's like I don't know. It's boring, I think. Now this is the first car in S tier. It's the Lexus RCF. Yes. And this is this one. Not the prototype. Next one's the prototype. It's just a tiny bit slower. The prototype is a tiny bit slower. But this is the first. This got a buff. And this is the magnificent car. It handles well. It's speed, momentum, everything. S tier, first car. That's truly S tier. This is prototype. I think this is going here because, again, I don't think it's viable against others. If you're gonna pick a Lexus, you're gonna pick the other one, and this is going here. 650 McLaren. This is viable. This is a nice looking car. McLarens are always nice looking. It's really easy to handle. Yeah, this is here. Now the McLaren F1 BMW. Yeah. And I'm going to put this to C tier, but it looks magnificent. It's hard for me to put this here, but driving wise, it's quite ass. Now, first car in Pupu tier. Like these Vision cars, as I said in my last video about the design of these cars. I mean, it's the Suzuki Vision GT, whatever it is. As I said it before, these, I think, like, you know how in movies they drive under the trucks with cars, right? The roof goes off. I think someone said, oh, let's keep that design and make cars. It just looks so bad. It looks bad. And it sounds bad. It drives bad. It's just bad. Here it is. And this is the AMG 2016. This is just, why would you pick this car if you have this unviable? This is C tier. It's just slightly worse than the 2020 one. Now this is the older one. AMG, another one. This goes, what is it? Let's see. Mercedes. AMG. This is the SLS year 11. Yep. This goes... It's a bad car, actually. Yeah, it looks good, but it's bad. Now, GTR. This is important. GTR year 18. It got a little nerf, but I think it's still a viable car. I think we have to work around some stuff here. I think I'm gonna put this already to S tier. The AMG 2020. And I think if you wanna make a few more cars in S tier, we have to like play around a bit. Next one, this is the Mitsubishi. Like, these cars don't belong in GT, I think. These are rally cars, like in birth. So the only one that actually suits here is the BRZ. So, I'm sorry, Subaru. Mitsubishi. I'm gonna put it to Pupu tier. It might be good at handling, but it's just bad. I don't care. I don't care. Now the GTR year 13 one. This is bad as well, but it's not really that bad. But it's again, it's worse than the 18 GTR. But yeah. Now this is an excellent car. GTR GT 500. This is the fastest top speed that I got on under Bilstein board. 275. It doesn't mean it's like overall the fastest top speed car, but it was just there. It's decent on like fuel and tires, but handling is like me. I don't think it's sorry. I don't think it's a viable car. Like I can't. God damn it! It's so beautiful. Ah, there you go. It's not boring and it's bad. It's not bad. Now this is. Let's. This is the silhouette. A Nissan silhouette. It's really hard for me to put it here, but it goes here. It's really bad. It's just slow, and it handles quite well. But it handles as well that it says, "Oh, push me, push me." But if you push it, it's gonna kill you. So yeah, it's a legendary car, but it looks absolutely badass. But it's bad. Now the Peugeot, the little one, RZZ. I think this is a viable car in most places, but I don't like how it looks. I'm gonna put this to viable, and we're gonna put the GTR up here. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put these as well, BMWs, the endurance and sprint model. These are S tier as well. I'm just right now looking at it, because I right now I think the Beamers are better than the Genesis. Yeah, we'll keep it that. Another one that went under the truck and stayed as a car, the Peugeot VGT. This is nothing else to say. This is just bad. Now this is interesting. The Renault RS01. This got a significant buff as well. And it's quite fast. It handles so well. It's so fun to drive. And I am going to put this S tier actually. That's controversial, but I don't care. Now, Porsche 911. I don't think there was any changes there. So I'm gonna put this S tier as well. This comes to a personal preference, I think. What to pick if you're like looking for a like top car. Now this is the BRZ, Subaru BRZ. This is going viable. Yeah. Now this is the WRX. Sorry. This is another one that goes like. Doesn't belong here. Same as goes for the Subaru BRZ, right? You think it would be like a rally car, but this actually looks like a GT car. But this looks like a rally car, so I'm gonna put it here. It might be viable. It's a decent driving car, but I don't like it. Supra GT 597. This is a nice car, and I'm gonna put it to. It's a nice. All the old GT cars are looking so good. This is viable. Supra Vision GT1. This is the Vision car. So again, if you would pick a Supra, it looks really good. I don't. It looks just so good, but the driving wise, it's just meh. Now the Supra concept race car. I'm gonna put this to viable actually. Yeah, this goes to viable. It's kind of boring now, but it's not S tier either, but it's still viable. It's not that meh. So yeah, we'll keep it there. Now, Beetle. Only 2 cars left. Okay. Beetle. I think this had a BOP change as well, but it's a weird car. It wants to kill you, but it's a small, like, round thing that wants to kill you. Driving wise. It's bad. It's bad. I'm not gonna put it to Pupu tier, but it's bad. It's not boring either. It's fun to drive if you like wanna play with your life. Yeah, let's just put it to bad. Now, last car. This is the Volkswagen Vision. And the another one that went under the truck and stayed as a car. And we know where this goes. There it is. There it is. Take a screenshot. Most important tier list in the history of tier lists. Yeah. Once again, I have this document so you can see it. There's group 4 cars as well. And you can see the video up there. Group 4 tier list. So you can see the stats and stuff. So yeah, next up. Group 2. Back to Nordschleife.